Hello, my wonderful people. My name is Anna, and I'd like to welcome you to another meditation practice video. Today, I have something very special to propose to you. I would like to talk about and practice the quantum jump meditation. First things first, what is a quantum jump meditation? Well, the premise of every other technique I have displayed for you on this channel so far is the law of attraction. So we attract to us a certain quality, a certain person, a certain resource we would like to have. The quantum jump meditation, however, is based on an idea that we jump universes from a universe in which we are in the state of lacking something, we jump into a universe, a parallel one, in which we already possess that trait, person, or resource. Now, let me be perfectly honest. I have to say that every other technique, every other video I recorded for you so far is a technique that, to an extent, has already worked in my own life. So it's been tried and tested and it works like a charm. Regarding the quantum jump, some people call it quantum leap as well, technique. I have to be perfectly honest with you. I am myself very much perplexed by it, and I don't yet have a fully conscious understanding of it. What I'm trying to say is to be perfectly honest with you. If I've ever quantum jumped before, I have no conscious memory of it. This is not to say that we should not try and incorporate this technique into our meditative journey. Because if nothing else, it's going to serve this wonderful purpose of opening our minds to something new, something we've never experienced before. Working, training our minds and our nervous systems to walk that fine line, to be on that edge of experiencing something new for the first time ever, which is a very valuable training to put your mind and your nervous system through. We are going to start this meditative practice by affirming a few things, by saying a few affirmations. Remember, affirmations must never be, of course, then they would not be affirmations in the negative. They should never be from the state of lacking. They should not even be from the state of desire. What I'm trying to say is, obviously, it's not an affirmation to say, I don't have something, but I would like it, please. That's a negative statement. I do not have something. But an affirmation shouldn't either be from the state of desire. I desire health, because then we stay in the very state of desire. Affirmations must be in the present, in the positive. I already am. I already have. But there is a trick. There's a trick that works even better than the positive statements. And I shouldn't call it a trick, because the trick is you cannot trick your own mind. The trick is you cannot lie to your own brain, to your own synapses. So if you try to tell your brain that you believe something that you don't believe yet, it's not going to work. And if you try to trick your brain into believing something it's not trained and ready to believe, it's not going to work. So there's a wonderful formulation that I love using, and it's It's the only one I use when I affirm things. And the formulation goes, I prefer. So the implication is, I have existed and I was fine and content before having this thing, trait, or resource, but I prefer to exist in a state where I do have it. So we are going to start with the affirmations regarding quantum jumping. Take a long inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Tonight, I will learn about the quantum leap. Now, I'm saying tonight because I prefer to do the quantum leap meditations at night before I go to sleep. Obviously, we can do them in the morning, in the afternoon. Always remember your meditations, your rules. And obviously, you're going to adjust the language to the circumstances you are meditating in. Some things are obvious and commonsensical and needn't be always pointed out, hopefully. Tonight, I will learn about the quantum leap. I prefer a universe in which everything goes my way. I prefer a universe in which I am the best version of myself. Whether it's a subtle change or an obvious jump, I prefer to experience quantum jumping fully and mindfully. Now, I need you all to imagine living in the woods. I am a woods creature. Imagine the woods. Imagine yourself. The woods I live in are very comfortable. There's plenty of shade. They're not too cold. I have a wonderful, content existence in these woods. I am healthy enough. I am happy, or rather content enough. However, there are things missing. So as you can see, I am imagining my current state of living, of existing. Obviously, if you are miserable, you are going to imagine a much more miserable existence. Do not lie to yourself. Do not try to make your words any better than they are. So if you are going through a phase in your life when you are very unhappy, you are going to imagine exactly that. If, God forbid, you are going through a phase in your life when you have health issues, you are going to imagine health issues. Love problems, imagine love problems. So you get the picture. The woods are supposed to depict our very existence right now. And we are this woods creature that lives there. We imagine the woods. We imagine ourselves. Back to my woods. Comfortable, not too cold, not too bright. I am perfectly content, but I could be happier. There are things missing. I am often wondering, what is beyond the words? If there's things better for me waiting beyond my words. I could be healthier. I could be more loved. I could be more loving. These are some of the things we can imagine. I could be a healthier creature. I could be a more loved creature. I could be a more loving creature. We all could use more of that. I am a creature of habit. We are all creatures of habit. This is what keeps us in our words. This is why we haven't moved to explore the space beyond our words yet, but we're going to do it tonight in our wonderful narrative meditation. So I could be healthier, a healthier creature. I could be happier, a happier creature. I could be more loved. I could be more loving. I could be a more loved creature. I could be a more loving creature. But I am a creature of habit. And tonight, I am letting go of the habits that impede my growth, whether I am consciously aware of them or not. I am letting go of the habits that impede my growth, whether I am consciously aware of them or not. I prefer perfect health. I prefer to be loved and supported. I prefer to be loving and supportive. Now let's imagine that everything we prefer is half an hour's walk away from our words. All we have to do is leave the words and walk for half an hour. But there's a catch. There's always a catch. Between the comfortable or the miserable woods that we live in and this village where everything we prefer is for the taking, there is an abyss that must be jumped over. Now imagine walking out of your woods. Imagine the meadows outside your woods, the walking path that leads to the edge of a cliff, the long abyss in between two cliffs and the other side of it. So basically, we are imagining our woods, we are imagining meadows around our woods, and then we are imagining a gorge or a canyon of a sort. There are two sides to each gorge, to a canyon, and then there's the long pit, the long abyss in between. And on the other side of that gorge, of that canyon, if you will, is a walking path that leads to the village where everything we prefer is waiting for us to be taken. All the resources, all the people, all the traits we prefer are there. I am walking out of the woods. There's meadows on each side. There's a walking path that leads to the edge of a cliff. There's a gorge, a canyon. The side I'm on, the long abyss, a pit, and then the other side, and the walking path that leads into the village where everything I prefer to be, have, and experience is there for the taking. Imagine the weather on each side of the gorge. The weather on your side right now for me is cloudy but comfortable. Obviously, if you are in a place where you are very miserable in your life right now, you can imagine very bad weather, rain pouring down, cold, anything that would honestly, genuinely depict your situation right now. For me, the weather is cloudy but comfortable, and the weather on the other side of the gorge is sunny and warm. I can see it from this side I'm on. Now, I know that in order to get to the village where everything I prefer is, I must jump over the gorge and the abyss. But I'm afraid, and it's only natural to be afraid. Now imagine yourself physically jumping. Imagine everything that goes with it. You go a bit back on your side in order to get a running start. Feel the intimidation, the fear, the adrenaline. You get a running start. You start running towards the edge of the cliff. And you try to jump over. Only you don't really do that. We don't really do this, do we? As humans, we are not made to jump over gorges, over the depths of an abyss that you can fall into. This is exactly the kind of justified fear that keeps us paralyzed and on our side of the gorge, on our side of the canyon, on our side of the things, in our woods, where we are comfortable but lacking, or miserable and certainly lacking. So you sit down, slightly frustrated, because what chance do you have to jump over a vast gorge as a human being in your human body? Not very much of a chance, is it now? So whilst you're sitting down, deliberating, you accidentally, although there are no accidents, that's what people say anyways, you put your hand into your pocket and you find a note. And the note says, yes, there's another catch. There's a catch to the catch. You must only jump with your mind. That's what the note says. You must only jump with your mind. Suddenly you realize you don't jump in the flesh. You do not jump over the gorge and the abyss in the flesh. You only jump in your mind. So now I imagine sitting close enough to the abyss not to be scared of falling in, and practicing jumping with my mind. Imagine yourself on the other side. Suddenly you are on the other side. First you are sitting down, just like you are sitting down on your side of things. Now you are on the other side, first sitting down. Then you are jumping up with joy, laughing and basking in the sun. You can feel the sun on your face and hands. You now can feel the joy of having bridged the abyss in this highly unusual yet very satisfying way in your mind. You sit back down and breathe in silence for a few seconds. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. One more time. One more time. Allow your breath to go to a normal, comfortable pace. And let's do a gratitude practice. Let's thank our minds for getting us to the other side of things, to the side of things where we prefer to be. Let's thank our hearts for getting us to the other side of things, to the side of things where we prefer to be. Thank you, my mind, for getting me to the other side. Thank you, my heart, for getting me to the other side. I am grateful to my mind for getting me to the other side. I am grateful to my heart for getting me to the other side. Now get up and start walking towards the village where your growth lives, where everything that will make the best version of you yet is waiting for you.